Hey, how you doing today? So today I'm gonna make a real quick video. It's in regards to Jeffrey Epstein, and long story short, Jeffrey Epstein he's gotten caught up, and he's being charged with allegedly sex trafficking in, let's see, Florida and New York from 2002 to 2005. So he's about 66 years old. The charge is going to be, if convicted, he's going to serve about 45 years in prison, which means the rest of his life. Um, there's a lot of controversy going on about this. Looking into the media, I see how the media is trying to tie President Trump to Jeffrey Epstein. But they don't ever mention the fact that, he wasn't taking trips on Jeffrey Epstein's Lolita Express. That's his little, private jet down to Orgy Island. And everybody knows about Jeffrey Epstein's little private island. So looking back, people already know that he has close ties to Bill Clinton, and Bill Clinton was a frequent flyer on the Lolita Express. I think they said it's been about 27 times, according to flight logs, or somewhere close to 27 times that Bill Clinton has flown over to Orgy Island with Jeffrey Epstein. And this should pretty much concern a lot of people. This guy was very politically well connected, and I really don't know what to say in regards to Bill Clinton. So when we look back on all of this, I think Bob Mueller, what he was the FBI director at the time. So, he was supposed to give a hearing in regards to, the supposed collusion report with Russia. But now Bob Mueller, they've pushed back that congressional hearing that they're going to do, and I don't know, somebody could possibly ask about that. It won't be part of the subject, but, Bob Mueller has to be a little bit concerned about, that going on. And then the sweetheart deal that Jeffrey Epstein got, while he was in charge of the FBI. So this happened, way back before, and he ended up serving like some months. Let me see. He did 13 months in prison. He avoided about 10 years had he been convicted back then on the same type of stuff, which was sexual abuse of a minor or sexual assault of a minor. And this happened a little bit over a decade ago. And when Jeffrey Epstein was charged, he had to register as a sex offender, and he had to pay back all restitution to the victims of his sex crime. So needless to say, people are upset about it, because there were supposedly many other victims, and it's not like it was just one person. There's a pattern of behavior that's been going on for a while. And just a little slap on the wrist is not really going to incentivize him cleaning up his behavior. So a lot of people, a lot more minors could have got hurt, just because of what happened in the past. Now, people are concerned about the labor secretary who has resigned, Acosta, being part of that sweetheart deal. And I can understand where they're coming from. Number one, but number two, the entire case was not handled, and processed by one man. There are other people involved in crafting this sweetheart deal for Jeffrey Epstein. And this is a problem. This should concern a lot of other people. But had the hammer been dropped, so to speak, back then, maybe it wouldn't have gotten so bad. It wouldn't have gotten to this point. So let's see. The thing with minors, I think they said something like, on the flight logs, he had minors flying with them to Orgy Island. They were like as young as 14, 15, possibly could be younger, and I mean, this is really a mess. That's really all I could say about it. But in regards to President Trump, one time at his Mar-a-Lago, he saw Jeffrey Epstein prepositioning an underage girl, to which he banned Epstein, I think, for life out of the Mar-a-Lago. So when it's all said and done, quite frankly, I'm disgusted at the media trying to tie President Trump to this, when obviously, they had a falling out back then. And I think President Trump says they hadn't talked ever since, so it was like, 15 something years ago. But after that falling out and, President Trump seeing, what the heck was going on, he wasn't going to have no part of that. Now, in regards to other people, I'm not exactly sure what to say, except for, this sweetheart deal was a bad idea. And I get it. Jeffrey Epstein is a billionaire. Money, unfortunately, money can buy you justice. And that's specifically why, a lot of people in society, they say that there is a correlation between like poverty and crime rates. If you're impoverished, chances are crimes can happen towards you. There's a higher likelihood. Or, if you're impoverished, and chances are, since you aren't working, you will commit a crime in order to, make a living. Just to give a couple of examples. And then, ultimately you wind up, behind bars. But I guess, maybe it was his money. Maybe it was Jeffrey Epstein being very well connected politically, as well as having so much money that was able to, get him there. But like I said, all in all, it was just a very bad idea. I'm glad that he's finally been caught. Obviously there are many other people that know what the hell's going on. They're probably shaking in their boots, panicking right now. But it was just a matter of time. In regards to Labor Secretary Acosta, I think people are upset because they're saying that what is it called? The Victims Crime Protection Act, or I can't remember, but you can look into it. But they feel as though Acosta violated that, I guess, that law in order to protect, crime victims, and give a fair hearing during the whole judicial process. So I'm not exactly sure. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just talking about what I've read or what I've known, what I found out. And I guess that's about it. So sorry for this video for being very long. I try to keep it at about 5 minutes, but it's no big deal. The next one I'll try to lower it down, but this one is a very, very, this whole video is a very big deal, very high profile, a lot of details going back years and years. So it's good to kind of get all the details in there to try to connect the dots a little bit. So anyways, thanks a lot, everybody. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll find out whenever I make new videos. And in my personal opinion, with this, Democrats should be very, very worried. Very worried. So, all right. God bless. Have a good one. Bye.